Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We are live on NTN as well, and to those of you present here, all of our amazing sponsors and representatives, we'd like to say good morning. This is where we welcome you to the official media launch of the third Export St. Lucia, or Export St. Lucia 3. This is the third hosting. Chairperson of the National Export Council, Ms. Yvonne Agard. CEO of Export St. Lucia, Ms. Sunita Daniel. Other board members of the National Export Council, Chair of the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, Ms. Tamara Gibson, our main sponsor, the St. Lucia Bureau of Standard, that's our diamond sponsor, and the rest of our valued sponsors, distinguished designers, specially invited guests, members of the media, welcome to this proceedings. Of course, it's just a preview to what is to come on the 28th of this month, where we'll be heading to Royalton to showcase some of our greatest and best creations. You know, a wonderful melting pot that is created to showcase just exactly what it is that we possess as a people here in St. Lucia. And believe you me, we've got a lot of that. We've got a lot of very creative people on island who put some good work together. And it's very important because it's one thing for them to be able to have that talent and be able to do it. But these things don't just operate by itself. So when you have talent, you must also have persons who understand the vision of the people who have the talent and is willing to give that support to get it to the next level. So it's a full wind ball where everything goes wrong in a circle, and it's really, really, really inspiring to know that our creatives can depend on the corporate world, who's going to come on board and say, all right, we understand what you're capable of doing, let us take it to the next level. And with companies like Export St. Lucia on board, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense. So again, I think we all understand why we're here this morning. And we started off a little late, so I'm not going on and on. We're going to get right into it this morning. So I'm getting into the program as of now. First up, we'd like to invite the CEO of Export St. Lucia, Ms. Sunita Daniel, with the welcome and the opening remarks. Please welcome Sunita.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. Ms. Agard, Chair of the National Export Council, Ms. Tamara Gibson, Chair of the CPMC, our Creative Director, Mr. Trevor King, the Great. Always happy to have him on board with us. And we really wanted to have this event today to specifically pay special attention to our sponsors. At Export St. Lucia, we are now going, this is our third round of Export the Runway. At the beginning, we thought, let's have a fashion show to give our designers a platform so that they could showcase what they have and what they have available so that St. Lucians can then purchase and wear St. Lucian. The first one was an astounding success. We were quite pleased with how it came out. And we had a second edition. At the second edition, the numbers were huge. The crowd was a lot more than we expected. And it was another great show. We decided let's take a break for 1 year. Let's re-examine Export the Runway and make sure that it's really achieving the objectives that it was meant to achieve. And so we've then decided to come back. The general public has been overwhelmingly asking us about Export the Runway. People had already purchased their clothes, they said, to attend the Export the Runway last year, and they were not able to. So we're quite pleased with the support that we are getting from the general public and from everybody else. But today specifically, we really wanted to pay special thanks to our sponsors. An event of this magnitude takes, it's very costly, as I'm sure you can imagine. It takes a lot to put on, and without the corporate world on board, without you on board, we would not be able to put this show on. And for us, Export the Runway is really about showcasing the local talents of our designers, not only designers, but the show is completely local. And so what you will find is we have all these astounding designers. We have 14 local designers, and we have some guest designers from overseas coming in. It also gives a platform to our music artists and other creatives to showcase what they're doing. The show, as I said, locally produced, lighting, everything on the show at the showcase is local. So it's a fully local show. And I can tell you, after Export the Runway, the first Export the Runway, we got reviews from as far as Africa and everywhere around the world, because that show was streamed live on the first occasion. But we got a lot of interest in our St. Lucian designers. For us, the important thing was how many St. Lucian designers are now in hotel gift shops, and that was an important thing for us. Our designers, and sometimes we say, okay, we think of our community seamstresses and we think of those kinds of people, but we don't think about how much effort really goes into a design process and how much it takes for them to put the artwork really on a runway or to put it on a body. And so for us, it was important that these people got an opportunity to hit the runway. Interestingly, this year we will be having a representative from the New York Fashion Week who will be attending Export the Runway. And so from that, we will get some feedback from them as to how can we improve Export the Runway. We also anticipate that we will be participating, and some of our designers can attend New York Fashion Week or one of the big fashion weeks around the world. That is what Export St. Lucia is really interested in doing. We have a few surprises that our creative director, I'm hoping, has already secured, but we anticipate having a really, really good show. In terms of other things that we have another designer who is St. Lucian, Marshall Celestine, who will be also on the runway, and our MC will go a bit into who the other designers are. But for us, it is an exciting time because Export St. Lucia we take a lot of pride, and we're very happy to take what is excellent about St. Lucia and expose it to the rest of the world. One of the important things coming out, and Minister Hile had asked us to do, is Expo Osaka is taking place in Japan. And we are anticipating having a fashion show in Osaka. And our designers, that is one of the things we are going to say. We are going to choose our designers who will be showcasing in Expo Osaka also. So there are a lot of opportunities. Not only that, at Expo Osaka also there's a St. Lucia National Day where our creatives will be putting on a show. Those of you who remember Expo Dubai and the wonderful show that St. Lucian artists have put on. So at Export St. Lucia, we're very pleased to take everything that is excellently St. Lucian and expose it to the rest of the world. We are finding a lot of warm reception to St. Lucian products, St. Lucian goods, and St. Lucian services generally around the world. And it is really our dream to give our local designers the opportunity to do it at home and take what is at home and export it to the rest of the world. Without our sponsors, like I said, we would not be able to do this. And so sponsors, we really want to thank you for coming on board with Export St. Lucia. Some of you have been here from the very, very, very beginning. And I don't want to miss anybody, but we do want to thank Lucilec, the Bank of St. Lucia Tourism Authority, CIP, the Ministry of Tourism. Wilrock has been with us from the very, very beginning. Those of you who are coming on now, Labrie, Credit Union too, coming on, we anticipate that you will stay on with us and you'll see the value of being partners with us and how much it brings really to our creatives. It's a show that is very well attended, a show that is sought after really locally. And so the MC will announce everybody and give everybody all of their kudos. But I really want to welcome you and thank you for being here. And we really, really appreciate what Corporate St. Lucia is doing for us. We have some new people on board. I mean, the St. Lucia Marketing Board, for example. I mean, I'm very pleased about their involvement in Export the Runway and really elevating themselves onto that platform. We have Wilrock also coming on board with us. We have Nationwide, which is a big one. I mean, somebody said to me, what does road construction have to do with with fashion? And we really are thankful for our corporate sponsors and the new ones who are coming on board. And we really hope to see you the next Export the Runway. So thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to an exciting Export the Runway 3 at Royalton on June 28th. And it is part of the St. Lucia Carnival, one of the events of St. Lucia Carnival. And we are looking towards delivering an excellent production. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Daniel. We hear a lot about the creative director, and we'd like to hear from you a little bit more of some of the plans that you have for us on that day as well. Are you Catholic? It's been signing itself all morning. Mr. Trevor King, please welcome Trevor.
Good morning, everybody. Protocol already established. Having had the privilege of serving as creative director since the very first edition of Export the Runway, I've had the unique opportunity to experience the show through a very particular lens. One that always looking for the next level, the next layer, the next moment that will make people stop and say, this is St. Lucian talent. From Export the Runway 1 to now, each production have been a challenge and a celebration. A challenge to outdo ourselves, and a celebration of how much brilliance exists right here at home. And with Export the Runway 3, we are not just raising the bar, we are redesigning it. We are especially proud of this year's, we are especially proud to welcome this year a few guest designers whose presence will complement and uplift the local creatives. Their inclusion adds dimension, not to overshadow, but to celebrate and showcase how St. Lucian fashion holds its own besides international brands. But what makes this year truly meaningful is the fact that some of our very own St. Lucian designers are making milestones in their own journeys. Decades of building fashion from the ground up. Their stories are part of the fabric of our creative legacy, and in honor of that, something very special will be unveiled through their walks. A moment of tribute that I believe will resonate with every person in this room. This year, we have redesigned everything, from the flow of the show to the way fashion interacts with sound, space, and energy, refusing style with storytelling, making sure that every collection doesn't just walk, it speaks. That the runway doesn't just look good, that it feels good. That every designer feels seen and the audience leaves feeling something real. We've added a few special touches, which I won't say just yet because if I say I might get fired. But I will say that this is the most immersive and elevated version of the show to date. Beyond the creative direction, Export the Runway is about building an experience that means something. Something for the designers, for the models, for the stylists, for the artists, for the photographers, the makeup artists, the sponsors, and most importantly, the St. Lucian audience, who deserve to see themselves and the creative reflected with the same finesse and flair they show the world every day. So on June 28th, Royalton St. Lucia, we bring it all together. The lights, the music, the design, the people. This is Export the Runway 3. See you there.
And those of us who know Mr. King, he's quite a creative himself in his own right, you know, creating spaces that once you've been there, you leave with that impression as well. So we look forward to what it is you have for us on that night, Trevor. And of course, Export the Runway 3 is endorsed and supported and is also officially part of the St. Lucia Carnival calendar of activities. So we'd like to invite the chair, Ms. Tamara Gibson, at this time to give us some brief remarks. Please welcome Ms. Tamara Gibson.
Good morning to everyone. Protocol having been already established. Thank you, Export St. Lucia, for the opportunity to share in this exciting moment. We're excited to see Export the Runway back on the Lucian Carnival calendar for 2025. Export St. Lucia is a long-standing partner of Lucian Carnival, whether through Export the Runway or prizes for exportable music. They encourage our creatives to push the boundaries for their creativity. Export the Runway is the perfect example of the magic that can happen when all our agencies come together. At the heart of Lucian Carnival is our commitment as organizers to ensure that every St. Lucian sees themselves or their interests represented in the festival. Whether through costume design, music, dance, or through the runway, there's a space for everyone and every talent, and Export the Runway reflects that beautifully, giving local designers a platform to shine unapologetically and authentically. Fashion, like Carnival, is serious business. And through initiatives like this, we are investing in both its cultural and economic potential to elevate our national product. We wish the team at Export St. Lucia success in this venture and encourage similar businesses or government agencies to find similar creative ways to support the talent of St. Lucians, our creatives, or our culture. At this time, I invite every St. Lucian to come out and experience Export the Runway, or as many persons as the Royal Turn can accommodate. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gibson. It's beautiful to see how it all comes together, right? And we heard about, Sunita mentioned some of the sponsors, and we're trying to figure out, well, how does that make sense? It doesn't have to make sense. What has to make sense is the vision and the support, is the acknowledgement that, hey, construction and fashion may not definitely be something. You might just, there might be some, there just might be some, some link somewhere there. But you know what? It's having persons with the vision, like I said in my opening, who understands the role that we all have to play if we would like to see our country get to the next level. Simple like that. So that's the link. If you're wondering what's the link, that's the link right here. At this time, I'd like to invite our diamond sponsor, a representative from our diamond sponsor, to give some brief remarks. And that, of course, will be the Bureau of Standard. They are our diamond sponsor. We'd like to invite the representative from the Bureau of Standard. My girl.
Absolutely. I'm the only one coming up with a piece of paper, but I think that just shows our excitement. Allow me to adopt the protocol already established. Good morning, everyone. It is truly a pleasure to stand before you today at the launch of Export the Runway 3, a true celebration of fashion, music, creativity, and St. Lucian culture at its finest. On behalf of the St. Lucian Bureau of Standards, or SLBS, I want to say how honored we are to be the diamond sponsor of this extraordinary event. SLBS fully embraces this opportunity to not only support this show, but the entire local fashion industry, and as such, this decision required no second thought. As an organization, we are deeply committed to supporting St. Lucia's businesses, its entrepreneurs, its creative minds, and our sister agencies, and Export the Runway brings all of that to life in just one unforgettable experience. We know about the work of our local designers, their boldness, their imagination, and their pride in expressing who we are as a people. Their talent deserves to be seen, celebrated, and exported. And that's exactly what this show is about. SLBS is about standards. We champion quality, we promote innovation, and we stand behind the people and the ideas that move our country forward. Whether it's through quality assurance, consumer protection, or environmental responsibility, our mandate remains the same, and that is to be a partner in progress for every St. Lucian business, and that includes the fashion industry. It includes the seamstress sewing behind the scenes, the designer sketching late into the night, the model practicing for that perfect walk, and the entrepreneurs working late to take their brands beyond our shores. To us, Export the Runway is more than a show. It's a platform, it's an opportunity, and it's a signal to the region and to the world that St. Lucia is home to world-class talent worthy of investment, recognition, and respect. So let's celebrate creativity, culture, and the courage it takes to dream big. I would like to reiterate that St. Lucia Bureau of Standards' vision for Export the Runway 3 is not just to set the bar, but to help support St. Lucian businesses in reaching new heights. Congratulations to the organizers, designers, and performers who continue to make St. Lucia proud. Let's continue to support excellence. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And the moment that we all are here to recognize you, the sponsors, again, and thanking you for understanding the vision and going beyond just lip service, but ensuring that you support. At this time, I'd like to invite the CEO. Is it? The chair. Right. So we'd like to invite, the chair of Export Council, of course, who's going to be doing the presentation. So we've got, okay, awesome. Yeah. So let's get into our sponsors. We're going to start off with our collateral sponsors. Yes, we're starting with the collateral. This is collateral sponsors. Royalton St. Lucia. Thank you very much. Anybody here representing Royalton? That's okay. We know a few people probably got caught up and couldn't get here in time, so that's fine. We'd like to also acknowledge Flo, who's also a collateral sponsor. That's fine. The Library Credit Union. Anybody representing the Library Credit Union is here? All right, that's fine. Invest St. Lucia. Very well. Now what? You want to get the back? You want to grab the background? Okay. You all right? It's okay. All right. Good. Wonderful. Sagicor General Insurances. Wonderful. And of course, our host resort, Royalton. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. St. Lucia Marketing Board. All right. Wonderful. St. Lucia Marketing Board. One bag. Okay, wonderful. We now move on to our silver sponsor. And we've got Will Rock Limited. Okay. Very well. On to the gold sponsors now. Nationwide Construction Limited. CIP St. Lucia. The St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Ministry of Tourism and Creative Industries. Okay. The Bank of St. Lucia. I'm just trying to make sure we don't have any other banking sponsors on there, because I was about to give the tagline and I'm saying, listen, all the bank you need. We save, it's a go. We can actually save. We also have Lucia. This, of course, rounds up our gold sponsors. Let's put our hands together for all our sponsors to date. Careful. The diamond sponsor, and now our diamond sponsor representatives. It's St. Lucia Bureau of Standard. So there you have it, guys. Let's put our hands together for all of our sponsors. So again, collateral sponsors include Royalton St. Lucia, Sagico General Insurance, Invest St. Lucia, St. Lucia Marketing Board, Labrie Credit Union, Flow, and St. Lucia Distillers Limited. Our silver sponsor, Will Rock Limited. Our gold sponsors, Lucia, the Bank of St. Lucia, the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Industries, St. Lucia Tourism Authority, CIP St. Lucia, Nationwide Construction Limited, and our diamond sponsor, the St. Lucia Bureau of Standard. Once again, let's give it up for. And a big, big, big thank you. And I'm sure you're going to be getting a lot more thank yous as we go on from the relevant persons. At this time, we'd like to recognize some of the persons who are going to be showcased, some of our designers who are going to be showcased at the Export, the Runway 3. Christine Samuel from Christie Creations. Right. We also have Celestine from NGU Clothing. Sheena Zavi of Tikai Buto. Oh, I almost wore, I almost wore one of mine this morning. Kershi Abraham, Emma Dolls. Maikida Harris of Ventura is also going to be represented. Lisa Barton. Lisa Barton Volney, right. From the clothesline. Absolutely. Rose and Victor Lascaris from Raffiti. Hey, my people themselves. Raff is going to be on the runway, you best believe it. Well, I just might end up being one of the models now, isn't it? Oh, all right, it's good information. Tamia Lionel. L'Oxetoire, is it? Oh gosh, come on now, give it up for me. All right. I looked at it and I said, listen, do I leave this one alone or what? I say I can't do that. I've got to pronounce it. Give it a try. And there we go. So we look forward to seeing you on the runway as well. Charlene Lagor, Jelu, pronounce Helu. You see what I'm talking about? So yeah, we're getting technical with this. But Charlene has been around for a while as well. So Charlene is also going to be there. Sharon Tanner of Sharon Tanner Creative Solutions is also going to be there. Helena Isaac is also going to be there. Perry Marshall, of course, Perry Bags is going to be there. Lanadine, Renee, Lanadine, absolutely, and Anselma Mathre, Calabash Wear. So these are all designers who we can expect to see showcasing come the 28th at the Royalton. I'm definitely looking forward to that. At this time, we have come to the end of this morning's proceedings. I know we have a lot to go and do, and otherwise we prepare for that show as well. But we look forward to an amazing show on the 28th as well. We have something. We have a presentation, right? Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, we're getting to that. Kristen is going to be doing, Kristen, of course, is one of our designers, and she is going to be doing the closing remarks. Certainly, we'd like to hear from one of the creatives what this platform, means, and, for you as a creative. And I guess you'll be representing most of the creatives as well, because you're in the same business. And when platforms like that opens up, what it means to you is really, really remarkable. So please help me to welcome Kristen Samuel. And she's wearing one of her designs.
Always. I think I stand here because I was told I would be the feature designer. That's rough. I kind of ask myself, wow, and tell myself, wow, is this really happening? It's happening, and I'm very happy. When I received the call from Export St. Lucia that I was going to be the feature designer, I was convinced God had stepped in and directed my path. As I was unsure how I would celebrate this special year because it's my 10th anniversary. Christie Creations is celebrating 10 years. And how I would feature my newest designs to St. Lucia and the world. Export St. Lucia gave me the answer. Export the runway. Previously, I had told myself, if ever I got this opportunity, I would either say no, because maybe I'm not ready, say yes, and challenge myself. I said yes, because I am ready, and it's the right time. Why am I saying yes? I am saying yes because Export St. Lucia has created this wonderful platform for all of us designers. I am saying yes because I wanted to contribute to this platform, Export the Runway, because my brand, Christie Creations, is growing, and I am even more ready to explore further into the international market. I said yes because Christie Creations will celebrate its 10th anniversary, and Export the Runway gives me this opportunity now to showcase an entire new collection of my talent, creativity, and style to a wider audience right here in St. Lucia. Thank you for this opportunity on behalf of myself and all the other designers who will be gracing the runway. I am so looking forward to Saturday, June 20th, and I encourage all of you as well, especially all the beautiful designers here today. Let's make the third edition of Export the Runway the best St. Lucian runway showcase ever. Thank you, Export St. Lucia, for giving me this opportunity. I proudly accept.
Thank you so very much. And at this time, it's only for me to remind you, those of you at home who are viewing as well, mark the calendars. The 28th of June, it's not a long way ahead. The Royalton from 7 p.m. And of course, it's only $180 EC. And that gets you the full VIP experience. Entertainment, refreshment, all of it. Food, yeah? It's not just refreshment. I was told it's food. There's a difference between refreshment and food. We have refreshment after this outside there. Yeah, that's refreshment. So we're looking forward to it. You can get tickets, of course. Go on out and purchase those tickets, because when you purchase a ticket, you're helping, you're supporting, you're going beyond, well, the sponsors are here, they put themselves there, and they're doing that. But you could be a sponsor as well by purchasing a ticket, and coming on out and being part of this. We do a lot of lip service. It's time for us to jump off that train and start getting active. I don't know about you, but recently, there's been a wave. Juju, congratulations, by the way, again. Yeah, I'm getting tired having to say congratulations to Juju, but that's all good. There's been a wave in upward movement, positive strides. I have been feeling that wave from Tamara, and what I have to give it to her. You know what she's been doing with she and her team's been doing with the Junior Carnival, and there's just a wave of positive energy. And I just want St. Lucian to get on board with that. It's very important to do that. Don't just sit on the sideline and complain. You know, you may not have the privilege of creating the platform, but once someone has gone ahead and created the platform, all you need to do is support, and you will be paying your part. So that is all we are calling on everybody to do. Support, come out, the platform has been created. These folks are already doing their part. Let's come on out and let's make it epic, because this is what it's going to take at the end of the day. So you guys need to get your tickets. You can get tickets from the Export St. Lucia's office. That's the second floor here in our house. And you can also get from the cell. So I'm looking forward to seeing as much, as Tamara said, as many as the Royalton can hold on that night. We're looking for you to see you guys come on out and support this. This is wonderful. And I'm proud, even just as the MC, and I think I'll be there on the red carpet on the night as well. I am honored, you know, to be part of something like this, because what it means, what it is doing, is what it is that it resonates with me. Growth, support. Our people has got the talent, and we are lending the hand to meet them halfway, and together we rise. And I think on that note is where we say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Export St. Lucia is proud to announce the return of Export the Runway, supported by Diamond sponsor, the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, setting the standard for fashion show excellence. Join us on June 28th at the Royalton St. Lucia Resort from 7 p.m. for the all-inclusive VIP experience, an evening featuring the island's top designers, great entertainment, and style that defines St. Lucian creativity. Keep your eyes on the runway. A surprise international model is set to turn heads. For only $180 EC, enjoy full access to the show and exclusive perks, followed by a trunk sale where you can shop the runway. This event is proudly endorsed by the government of St. Lucia and the Carnival Planning and Management Committee. Old sponsors include Lucia, Banco St. Lucia, the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Industries, St. Lucia Tourism Authority, CIP St. Lucia, and Nationwide Construction Limited. Silver sponsors include Wilrock, collateral sponsors, Royalton St. Lucia, Sagicor General Insurance, Invest St. Lucia, the St. Lucia Marketing Board, Library Credit Union, Flow, and the St. Lucia Distillers Limited. Tickets available at Export St. Lucia and select seller outlets. Export the Runway, June 28th.